The UC system is no longer requiring students to take the SAT-2 subject tests. Thousands of students are still taking the exams. Doing well on the test is a plus factor in admissions. Doing bad or not taking the test won't hurt an applicant's chance to get in. Submitting a test score is also optional. Some students believe people who don't take the test can't compete with those who do take it. Others say it takes some of the stress away and allows time to study for the main SAT test.
Law enforcement officers say after-school programs help children stay out of trouble. Valley View's Myra Castaneda visited one program where students can enjoy different activities at no cost.
While some kids get picked up by a guardian, others walk home by themselves or hang out after school without adult supervision. Research from the After School Alliance found that 19% of school children in California are enrolled in an after-school program. Now, even though that percentage is up, nearly 130,000 school children in Los Angeles find themselves coming home to an empty house each day. Yo Valley is a center that offers free activities here in the San Fernando Valley and even work experience. The boxing club is popular at the center. The coach has his students warm up, followed by combos, while others work on the punching bag. This class is also free. Travis Bowen says he's been coming to Yo Valley for 8 years.
And I would play indoor soccer here every night, mainly Tuesday and Thursdays. And I just kept playing soccer, and then finally I found out that they give jobs here. They help you out with your homework, and I was like, whoa, that's a big benefit.
We provide the internships. It gives you a good professional experience that you can put on your resume. It's about 6 to 8 weeks in length, so it's a good amount of time to put on your resume, and they build solid references here as well.
Yo Valley provides a place for free math tutoring.
I really want them to learn how to learn and to really understand, how to do, the steps.
I didn't think they did all this stuff that they do here, like affect this many lives, these many benefits here in the program. I just coming here to play.
I am Myra Castaneda, reporting for Valley View News.
The leaders of France and Germany say they have made progress in bringing their differences over how to combat Europe's debt crisis. President Nicolas Sarkozy says things are forging ahead. The European Union is expected to demand that Europe's banks raise an extra $140 billion in capital as a cushion against major shocks.
The second oldest store in Trader Joe's grocery chain will close in La Crescenta. A company spokesperson says workers at the 43-year-old building off Foothill Boulevard will be moved to a new store. A 15,000 square foot store will be opening soon a few miles away on Honolulu Avenue in Montrose.
Some Los Angeles area families are finding it difficult to get into the Halloween spirit. Our reporter Sonia Martinez brings us more on the story.
Picking up a pumpkin this year might be tough for youngsters because of the struggling economy. Pumpkins vary from different colors to different shapes, and the price range from $80 to 75 cents. But with the current state of the economy, many families have been affected in this month of Halloween.
I think a lot of people are trying to find the best deals they can and try to find the best things to do for their family.
In the recent years, Felix Tapia, who owns the farm, explains the decline he has seen in his business.
I can tell a lot just by how many carts I have to push back in. The more carts they're pushing out, the more pumpkins they're taking, and they don't seem to be taking as many. A lot of people come just take pictures.
With the economy in recession, some parents like Gabriela Carrera are coming up with other ways to save money.
One of the ideas that I brought up at home, because it's just really tough for us to spend money on costumes, is brainstorming. So one of the good things is homemade costumes.
But it's not just the economy that is making it hard for kids to pick up the right pumpkin.
As you can see, selecting a pumpkin of your choice requires quite an effort. With so many varieties, colors, sizes, and shapes, kids can sometimes find it difficult. But not only kids. After an hour, I finally found mine. In Encino, this is Sonia Martinez reporting for Valley View News.
The city of Pasadena plans to build 2 new parks in areas it wants to redevelop. City officials designated the projects as a priority. One park will be located at the corner of Union Street and El Molino Avenue, and the other will be built on Madison Street between Colorado Boulevard and Green Street. It will cost an estimated $24 million to build the 2 parks.
Now Courtney Clavon with sports and more on the NBA Superstar Global Tour.
Thanks, Lori, but let's start with the NFL. The Oakland Raiders got off to a rough start against the Kansas City Chiefs. Their starting quarterback Kyle Bowler threw 3 interceptions, and Chiefs' Kendrick Lewis returned 1 for a touchdown. After the Chiefs were ahead by 14 points, newly traded QB Carson Palmer stepped onto the field. Palmer was acquired from the Cincinnati Bengals last week and was thrown in to replace Bowler. Palmer called his first play and was promptly sacked. His next attempt was incomplete, and then he tossed 3 interceptions. One of those, Brandon Flowers returned for a 58-yard touchdown. It was Palmer's first game in 9 months, and the Raiders lost to the Chiefs 28-0. The Miami Dolphins have lost for the 6th time this season, going down against the Denver Broncos. The legendary Broncos quarterback Tim Tebow guided the team to 15 points during the final 3 minutes to force overtime. The Broncos defeated the Dolphins 18-15. Another quarterback to lead his team to victory is the Carolina Panthers star rookie Cam Newton. Newton scored his 7th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Panthers defeated the Washington Redskins 33-20. The Redskins have now lost their first-place spot in the NFC East. Minnesota Vikings defensive end Brian Robinson decided to kick Green Bay Packers offensive lineman TJ Lang in the groin. Robinson apologized and said his foot happened to land there. But onlookers are not buying that, and they said that replays showed he aimed his foot, paused briefly, then kicked forward directly into Lang. But this incident did not stop the undefeated Packers from winning 33-27. Another game showed foul play in the match between the Detroit Lions and Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons players say they have lost a lot of respect for Lions super tackle and Ndamukong Suh. They say after Atlanta's quarterback Matt Ryan was injured on a freak play in the 3rd quarter, Suh was talking trash to Ryan while he was lying on the ground. It is unsure what Suh said because several of the Falcons players refused to repeat it. The Falcons beat the Lions 23-16. NBA stars Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant are preparing for a 6-game global tour. But time is running out on the finalizing of agreement with the Puerto Rico promoters for the opening game in San Juan. Potential loss of this game could have broader implications for the entire tour. San Juan officials say they are desperate to start selling tickets. The tour is slated to continue in London, Macau, and Melbourne over the next few weeks. Players involved will be paid up to $1 million. Promoters say they are still waiting on signed agreements from 10 out of the 18 players. They have promised players like Dwayne Wade, Kevin Garnett, Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo, and Kevin Love to play in the tour. NCAA President Mark Emmert says he supports a proposal to allow conferences to increase grants for student athletes. The proposal will increase grants by $2,000. Emmert says the grants will help cover the full cost of attending college beyond athletic scholarships. He says student athletes have little chance to work outside of the classrooms and playing fields. The current model of athletic scholarships hasn't changed for 40 years. Emmert says he will also ask the board to allow college universities to provide multi-year grants instead of year-to-year grants. That's all for this week in sports. Back to you, ladies.
Coming up, the latest on Dr. Murray's trial and the latest box office numbers.